前はもう死んでいる。
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Trevor Plays here, back again with another video. And this time it's going to be a different type of video. It is going to be how to catch up to One Piece, the anime, that is. So obviously, you know, guys, within this, you know, dire time that we are in, there are a lot of anime that, you know, people can potentially watch. And I know that there are a lot of people who say that either they don't want to watch One Piece because it's so long, but if you think about it, if you've watched Pokemon or Detective Conan, those series are even longer. They're over 1,000 episodes, and all that. One Piece is over 900. Okay, so One Piece is getting there. One Piece is getting to have over 1,000 episodes. It's getting there, but it's not there yet. So there's this way that you can actually easily catch up to One Piece. Now, obviously, you know, I've said this multiple times. You know, I'm currently wearing a you know, One Piece shirt, Sanji and Zoro, you know, and then Sanji and Zoro right here, and then Law over here, which he's not introduced into the story until later. But yeah, so pretty much what I'm going on to say here is there's an easy way to catch up. So if you watch this video, you will easily be able to get caught up in One Piece, probably by the time this whole stuff is over. You will be caught up, and hopefully you will also enjoy watching One Piece as well. So I will put pictures up here of the arcs and stuff like that when we get to them, and stuff like that. So first off is you can start either by watching the first couple of episodes. So you can watch from episodes 1 to 44, or you can easily watch the episode of East Blue, which is a movie that summarizes pretty much the whole arc, the whole East Blue arc. It's a really good. It's an hour and 40 minutes long, so you can easily watch a movie that's an hour long. It cuts through some things, and you know, put some stuff together. You know, obviously because you know they have to meet that hour mark for a movie, stuff like that. But you can easily watch the movie, or you can watch the first 44 episodes. And then next is actually the Logue Town Arc. And the Logue Town Arc is from episodes 54 to 61. It is from episodes 45 to 53. And it is, I don't know why. Okay. So yes, it is from Logue Town Arc is from episode 45 to 53. It's a really good startup arc, actually. We get introduced to a lot of characters. We get introduced to a lot of important characters as well for later on in the storyline and stuff like that. So there are some hidden like Easter eggs within the whole Logue Town arc. So I would say watch it carefully, because later on in the story, you'll probably remember some characters. Next is actually some filler. So you can skip this. So you can skip what I was saying earlier was episode 54 to 61. Those are filler episodes. You don't need to watch them. It's straight up filler. So there will be a lot of fillers in this, but you know, a lot of anime that have filler is because at the time of animating the anime, they were either really close to where the anime was or the manga was, so they had to stop or put filler episodes in, so that way they could wait for the manga to continue on, so that way they could actually adapt the actual story. So there are a lot of filler skips in here, but we'll get to those in a second. So after you skip from episodes 54 to 61, there's the next two episodes, 62 to 63, are a really good introduction to the next part of the journey for One Piece, and it is the Reverse Mountain Arc, or the Laboon Arc, which I'll explain that in a second. So Laboon, actually you'll see it from this picture. Laboon is a whale that the Straw Hats meet, and it's a really good 2 episodes. Like that's it, and then you have to skip some more episodes. So Laboon, Reverse Mountain Arc, it's really good. It's where you get to hear everyone's wishes, the Straw Hats, the 5 wishes of what they want to do. It's a really good setup. It introduces you to everybody's dream. And it's a really, like, it's pretty much what leads the story on from here. So then, after watching those 2 episodes of the Reverse Mountain or Laboon, you get to skip episodes 64 to 77. So just skip all of those, and then here is the next movie or potentially anime episodes. So this is called the Drum Island Arc. This is where we get introduced to Chopper, the talking blue-nosed reindeer. You can either watch the episode of Chopper movie, which, like I said, is, probably an hour long, cuts through some things and stuff like that. And then you have the whole Drum Island Arc within the anime. You can watch episodes 78 to 91. So there's that. And like I said, there will be images here of each arc and stuff like that. So you'll get to see a little teaser of what characters will be playing a role in it and stuff like that. So there's that. So next we have the Alabasta Arc, and I would say it's one of my favorite arcs pre-time skip for One Piece. It's really good. Like I said, we get introduced to a lot of characters and stuff like that, but there is the whole fact that we get introduced to a very, very important character for later on in the story. So you can watch. There is a movie, but the movie actually doesn't have this important character in the movie at all. Like, they completely scrapped him from the movie and stuff like that, which is, it's kind of sad, really, because he doesn't really do anything. He just gets introduced in the arc, but still, they cut it out and stuff like that. So you watch episodes 92 to 103 or to 130, and boom, you're already 130 episodes into One Piece, and you've either watched 2 movies and some episodes, or you've watched the whole episodes and stuff like that. So, boom, you're already 130 episodes in. Now, next, there is some filler, but I ended up just leaving that out. So you can then skip to episodes 144 to 152, which is the Jaya Arc. And, so the Jaya Arc is a really good arc. Again, almost pretty much every arc we get introduced to new characters and important characters and stuff like that. But this one is actually a very, very important one, because we are introduced to a very important character, and his role will be played later on in the story. So there's that. And so Jaya Arc is from 144 to 152, like I said. Very important arc. Definitely need to watch these episodes. Those are really good. Now, the next one is called the Episode of Skypiea, and that is the next arc, and it's also the next movie. Apparently, what I've heard, I haven't watched it. I haven't watched the movie yet, but apparently there's a fight that is cut out of the movie, but you can literally just look it up on YouTube, and you'll find it. So then after that, we have more filler. Yay, more filler. So you can skip episodes 207 to 228. That is all filler. Again, there's really, really not much you can do. It's just all filler. So next, you can then skip to the next arcs, 2 arcs, because technically these are 2 arcs, but a lot of people combine them because they are literally one right after another, and they actually one literally leads into the other one, like specifically leads right into it. So these are technically 2 arcs, but the fandom of One Piece classifies them as one. And that is Water 7 and Enies Lobby. Or you could also watch the movie called The Episode of Mary, which the Episode of Mary movie recaps these arcs. So you can watch the movie or you can watch these arcs. I don't have the episodes here, but I'm pretty sure you could probably figure it out if you skip from episodes 2 to 228. It's probably the next episodes 229 and up. Is probably Water 7 to Enies Lobby, which, yeah. Or like I said, you can just watch the movie because I'm pretty sure the movie covers both of them really well. So there's that. And then after that, we have the post-Enies Lobby arc, which is episodes 313 to 325, which is a very, very important arc, because we get some more world building in this arc. We get to see what the rest of the world is doing. We get to see some of the other things that have happened in the world. And we are then reintroduced to some previous characters that we have met before. So there's that. Next, we have the Thriller Bark arc, which is episodes 337 to 381. Now, obviously, you can notice that I have left some of the fillers out, and I've just told just have numbers of the arcs, which I probably should have done to make this a lot easier. But oh well. So yes, Thriller Bark arc is pretty much like the Nightmare Before Christmas, Halloween-ish themed arc, where we get introduced to a lot of characters and a lot of their powers and stuff like that. And we also get introduced to a new member of the Straw Hat crew, which, yeah, so there's that. Next is the Sabaody Archipelago Arc, and it is episodes 385 to 405. Now, the Sabaody Archipelago Arc is a very, very, very important arc. Again, like I said, we're introduced to a lot of characters, but these characters were actually introduced to Law in this arc. And we're also introduced to the supernovas, or the worst generation, which is the generation where the Straw Hats and everybody else comes from. Or the main cast of characters comes from, is the worst generation. And that's where we get introduced to Law. And he is definitely one of my favorites out of the supernovas. There's another one we get introduced to called Kid. He's really cool, and stuff like that. But there's that. I'm not going to spoil anything else, but there's a really, really awesome scene in this arc. And then it leads on to some potential alliances. That's all I'm going to say there. Next, we have the Amazon Lily Arc, which is episodes 408 to 417. And this is when we get introduced to Boa Hancock, one of the warlords, or one of the 7 warlords, I should say. And Boa Hancock is one of my favorite characters. And she plays, obviously, a very important role with the title of Warlord and stuff like that. So there's that. Next, we lead into the Impel Down Arc. And that is, it's actually cut up because around this time, the anime slowed down to like, it was like a chapter per episode or whatever. Then halfway through it ended up being a third of a chapter, and then halfway it just ended up being half of a chapter and stuff like that. So Impel Down is one of the arcs where you could possibly skip it, or you can start watching the first part and then the last part of it, because yeah. But if you really wanted to watch through Impel Down Arc, you can start with 422 to 425, and then also skip a couple episodes and go to 430 and watch till 452. Those are the times, or those are the how many episodes you can watch with these arc. When I was watching this, I watched the last bit of it, I think. I think I started, like, I was watching, back when I watched One Piece, to get caught up, let's just say. Back before I became a fan of One Piece and all that, how I was getting caught up, there was a couple arcs that I ended up skipping. I ended up skipping Thriller Bark and Sabaody, which was very, very sad, I know, which I didn't realize I skipped until later. And then Impel Down, I skipped that one, apparently. Like, I thought I watched through all of it, and then apparently I didn't, but I know what happens. See, that's the thing. Okay, so I knew what happened in Impel Down and Thriller Bark and Sabaody. Like, I knew what happened. But the thing is, I didn't watch it, but I know it. It's weird. But yeah, let's go on from there. So then you can skip... actually, no. Those filler episodes, I can get rid of those because those are what you skip while watching Impel Down. Okay, so after Impel Down, we have Marineford. The Marineford Arc is the best arc pre-time skip. It's the best episode pre-time skip. Not the best episode. It's the best arc pre-time skip because of a lot of things that happen in Marineford that I'm not going to spoil, but just know, if you want to become a fan of One Piece, you definitely need to watch the Marineford Arc. And it is from episodes 457 to 489. And as you can tell, that's a lot of episodes, but it's good. It's really, really good. So Marineford, you do not want to miss that. And you don't want to miss this next one, the post-war arc, which is pretty much everything that happens after the war at Marineford, which is episodes 490 to 491. And then there's some filler in there, or a filler episode, I should say. And then you go from 493 to 516. And that is the end of pre-time skip One Piece. 516, I remember this because I was watching One Piece in English. And One Piece English stopped at 516. So, from then on, I watched it in Japanese, and that's how I got caught up. So, if you want to do it my way, you can watch it in English and then go to Japanese, or you could watch it all Japanese and do that. So pretty much what happened was, when I was watching this back, the English dub stopped at 516 before the time skip, pre-time skip. They stopped. Then they took a break, and then a couple years later, which was like a couple years ago, I should say, they brought it back. Now, here we are, post-time skip. So, all the Straw Hats get their new outfits, and actually, if you know One Piece, you will know everybody from their post-time skip clothes, which are these. These are their post-time skip clothes. So, everybody knows One Piece from this, because it's the updated artwork. There's a lot of new stuff and everything. So this is called the Return to Sabaody Arc. So, like I said, a couple arcs ago, they went to the Sabaody Archipelago. Now, they're coming back and meeting up after the war at Marineford. And everybody went, they all trained on their own and stuff like that. And they're meeting back at Sabaody. And this is from episodes 517 to 522. And oh my god, they were really good episodes. They were really, really good episodes. Then next we have the Fishmen Island Arc, which is episodes 523 to 541. And then you skip an episode, and then you go from 543 to 574. And that is the Fishmen Island Arc, and we get introduced to a potential new Straw Hat crew, and other things like that. And then we have the Punk Hazard Arc coming up next with episodes 579 to 589, and also skipping an episode and going from 591 to 625. Now, this is where the English dub has got to, since they're returning to dubbing One Piece. They just released it a couple hours ago today, saying that the digital release or whatever will be in English of the Punk Hazard Arc. So this is as far as the English has gotten as being dubbed, which leaves them to dub 5 more arcs to get caught up to where One Piece is at right now. So there's that. Now we are going on to Dressrosa. And Dressrosa, it's a really good arc. Definitely the best arc of post-time skip. Marineford was pre-time skip. Dressrosa is post-time skip. And it is from episode 629 to 746. And it is a really good arc. The most famous arc. Law's actually in it as well. And this is around the time when Law became one of my favorite characters. Was in the Dressrosa arc. Yeah. So if you're looking to see what this guy does, Dressrosa is the arc to watch. Next we have Zou, which is from episodes 751 to 779. We get introduced to a lot of new characters, and actually what happens in Dressrosa is Sanji and some of the crew end up leaving Dressrosa and going to Zou. Zoro and Law and a few other Straw Hat characters stay on Dressrosa and do what they do, and Sanji and some of the crew go to Zou. So there was another thing too. When watching One Piece, don't expect everybody to stay together, because one thing is Zoro is bad at directions, so he goes off on his own all the time. And then when it becomes a very, very important scene, boom, the Straw Hats separate again. So when they do come back together, it is such a glorious moment, and it's definitely one of my favorite parts of the series, is because these characters are never together. And when they are, it's the best thing ever. So there's that. Next, we have the Whole Cake Island Arc, which goes from 783 to 877. Now, you're probably thinking, that's a lot of episodes. And you're right. But the good thing is the anime handled Whole Cake Island Arc better than the manga did. So if you're watching the anime, you're getting the best version of the Whole Cake Island Arc. And again, I will iterate this. So we do get some backstories from some of the Straw Hats throughout the series and stuff like that. And one part of the Whole Cake Island Arc, we get my favorite character, Sanji. We learn a little bit more about him and his family. And yeah, let's just say there's only one person in his family that I like. And that's his sister. So there's that. Okay. Next, we have the Reverie Arc, which is episodes 878 to 889. Now, the Reverie Arc is a really, really good arc. I'd say it's a really good arc, but it was better in the manga, I will say, because it's only a few episodes. It's not that long. It's like 5 or 6 episodes. And the whole amount of information that we got, it flew by really quickly in the anime, and I really enjoyed how it went in the manga, but just know that we're reintroduced to a lot of characters, a new system is implemented, a system is being destroyed, and a lot of bad stuff is happening. Let's just go with that. And then, finally, we are here at the current arc, the Wano Kuni Arc, or the Wano Country Arc. It is episodes 890 to 894. Then there's some filler. So then you go from 897 to 906. And then you have episode 908 to current, and boom, you are caught up to One Piece. And yeah, you're caught up to One Piece in the anime, that is. But just know that Wano Kuni is really good. The art style and animation is as good as it'll ever be, I think, honestly. From here on out, I don't know how well the animation will be. Hopefully it'll be good throughout, past Wano. But I think... yeah. But yeah, pretty much, guys, this has been the how to catch up to One Piece really quickly. So pretty much, for the first half, pre-time skip, you watch some movies, you watch some episodes, you skip some filler. That's that. Then you get to the post-time skip, and yeah, there's some filler you gotta get through. But, you could probably work through it, and stuff like that. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. Leave some comments down below on what you guys think. Do you think this is a really good way to get caught up to One Piece? And if you're a One Piece fan, do you think this is a really good idea, or like an easiest way to do it? Then there you go. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. And hopefully I'll see you guys in like a couple weeks, maybe. Because I've said this before, but I'm moving this weekend. So, yeah. So, I'll see you guys next time.